The 2012 Chicago Bears finished their season out at 10-6 and find themselves drafting 20th overall in the 2013 NFL Draft. The Bears barely missed the playoffs due to some key injuries to players like Jay Cutler. He missed some time throughout the season there. I believe their main offseason goal is to protect Jay Cutler. The last few seasons they've had trouble doing that, and Jay Cutler has been banged up, and they haven't been able to produce like they've wanted to on the offensive side of the ball. They've fired longtime coach Lovie Smith. They've hired new head coach Mark Trestman. Now for free agency, some of the guys they brought in: DJ Williams at linebacker on a one-year, $900,000 deal. Jermon Bushrod at offensive tackle, 5 years, $36 million. James Anderson at linebacker, 1 year, $1.25 million there. Martellus Bennett at tight end on a 4-year, $20.4 million deal. And then other players being Matt Slauson, Tom Zbikowski, and Turk McBride. Now, real quick, some of these guys that they brought in: DJ Williams and James Anderson at linebacker. That's to fill that hole in the middle of their defense temporarily, since they're both one-year deals. With the loss of Brian Urlacher. Brian Urlacher will not re-sign with the Chicago Bears. He was asking for around $4 million. The Bears were only offering him $2 million. So it looks like Brian Urlacher is either going to retire, take a year off, or sign with a different team. Jermon Bushrod at offensive tackle desperately needed to bring in a guy to play at left tackle. It's been a weak spot for the Chicago Bears. Martellus Bennett at tight end. You know, they did away with Kellen Davis, Matt Spaeth. They brought in a tight end who's going to be a weapon for Jay Cutler there. So two key additions at offensive tackle and tight end that I believe were huge needs. They went out and addressed them. Some of the guys they've lost: Nick Roach at linebacker to the Raiders, Chris Spencer at center to the Titans, Lance Lewis at guard to the Dolphins, Kellen Davis at tight end to the Browns, Geno Hayes at linebacker to the Jaguars, Matt Spaeth at tight end to the Steelers, and DJ Moore at cornerback to the Panthers. So some of the draft needs still remaining for the Chicago Bears. I can see them addressing a quarterback later on in the draft. They need a guy behind Jay Cutler to learn. In case Jay Cutler does go down, they have a viable option there. Offensive tackle, offensive guard, linebacker, and cornerback. And cornerback being, more depth there as well. So round one, not too many prospects. Some of these teams, from 20 and here on out, are teams that don't have huge holes. Obviously the better teams in the league, hence they made the playoffs or almost made the playoffs. I only have 3 names written down right now in the first round for the Chicago Bears: offensive tackle DJ Fluker, linebacker Alec Ogletree, and linebacker Manti Te'o. All the other needs at guard, quarterback, all that stuff. Either there's not going to be guys there, or it's to address depth for the later rounds. So those are the 3 guys there that I have for the Chicago Bears. And I currently have Alec Ogletree as the guy for the Bears. I think it'd be between Manti Te'o and Ogletree. They need a long-term solution at the middle linebacker position to fill Brian Urlacher's spot, and I think Ogletree would be a solid value from what I'm hearing around the league, with his athleticism, his skill set, everything about him. On the field, he's a top 15 projection. Off the field, his stock is going to slip a little bit. That's why I have him at 20 of the Chicago Bears. Bears fans, let me know what you guys think. Throw all your comments down below. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. And let me know what you guys think. Free agency, draft needs, draft prospects, all that stuff down in the comments. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm out.